welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday. Today I am here with another Diamond Art Club sneak peek slash first look. The diamond painting that we're going to talk about today is Love is a Four-Legged Word. This is the dog version. This one came out on January 4th. I do believe it was a pre-order initially. The day I'm filming is the 13th of January 2025, and this just got to me today. So I'm actually very excited for this one because I do not tend to purchase dog themed diamond paintings. I don't have a dog, but I know a lot of people who love dogs. My dad and his wife have 3 dogs. Steven's parents are dog people. So I think that this one would be a lot of fun to complete for the dog lovers in my life and maybe to gift to them. Now, I do just want to mention that there is a cat version of this diamond painting. It is this one here, which you guys know I love. This one came out in December, the cat version. So we're going to take a look at this one. If you're new here, apologies for the train. I do have a train that comes pretty close to my house, so you will hear that every once in a while. Let's get into this one. Now, this diamond painting is a 55.6 by 55.6, and it is a round drill. I'm just gonna throw my trash on the floor. All right, well, let's get into this box. Now, I did mention in a recent video that I very much enjoy the new Diamond Art Club boxes. I would say they've had these, has it been like 6 months, maybe less than that. But I do enjoy that we get the image at the top now. For someone who kind of stores their diamond painting stash away, and I can just like kind of peek in and see what I have, having the image all along the top is very helpful. All right, so for my toolkit, we have, this is the larger Diamond Art Club tray. There is this size, and then there is also the smaller one. Let's open here. We have some Diamond Art Club putty. We have some regular pink heart-shaped wax. We also have a thin 7-placer, which is my favorite multi-placer. And we also have the Diamond Art Club pen. Now, the single placer is filled with putty. Let me see if I can get some out for you guys. It's coming. It's a little bit delayed. There we go. So the single placer is preloaded. This is also the newer version that has the brass tip, which I very much enjoy. I prefer that to the original plastic tip quite a bit. And then we also have a thin 4-placer. So that is our toolkit. Oh, and some baggies. I think there's like 15 or 20 baggies in there. Then we have our little thank you envelope. And in here, you are going to find your sticker sheet, which will give you pre-printed and pre-cut, obviously, DMC labels for your containers. It looks like we have 20 colors in this one with we have 2 ABs and 5 fairy dust drills. And here is the image. This is, like I mentioned, a 55.6 by 55.6 round drill diamond painting, and the artist is Auclair Studio. I can't remember if I mentioned that at the top of the video. Let's get into it. Ooh, I got a trading card. This one looks like a bronze to me. These are really hard to pick up on camera, so apologies for that. But let's take a look at this one. I'm loving the smaller, more snack size friendly diamond paintings lately. So I like to see this one, and I'm seeing a ton of color blocking. You guys watched my video on Monday where I'm also working on a Diamond Art Club canvas. I have kind of just been in a little bit of a funk, and I'm trying to decide what I want to work on next, because I think the larger diamond painting just isn't going to be it. And I'm seeing the color blocking in this one, so I'm wondering if maybe this should be my next diamond painting. All right, here we go. Cute. So we have a little puppy here. Adorable. This is really nice. So this background color here is all a dark blue. Looks like it is 311. 311. I don't know that I've ever had a diamond painting with 311. It must be like a really, really dark blue. We'll take a look at it here in a second. I do want to do the little test where I just double check that the perforation guidelines, the pink part of the cover sheet, did not copy over to the diamond painting. It did not. It looks like we have a perfectly clear drill field, which is great. Love to see that. I love the colors on this one. It's like a corally, peach, and then a yellow. Those are like some of my favorite colors, so I really do like that. Yeah, this is really cute. I'm just looking to see how much confetti. It's actually not bad at all. This looks to be mainly color blocking, because even in, so like this E, for example, this is all one shade of yellow. In the L, it looks like we have 2 shades of yellow and then an orangey or corally color. So, you know, 3 colors here. It's really not looking super confetti heavy to me, which is kind of making me lean towards working on this kit next. All right, let's take a look at the special drills. I'm looking for a pair of scissors. Since we only have 20 colors, I will go ahead and show you guys all of the drills, just so you can get an idea for the color palette. So for that background shade, here's 311. It does look like a dark navy blue. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 bags of this blue color. That's a lot. And then, yeah, look at these colors, these bright corals. I love those colors. I feel like I don't work on enough kits with these really bright colors. So it looks like I have found our first fairy dust drill, and we have 2 bags of it, which is very exciting. We have another fairy dust, this pretty yellow, another fairy dust in this teal color. I have one of the ABs here in a light pink, another fairy dust in a light blue. I will show you guys these in better or closer up in a second here. And then we have another fairy dust in white. We have a plain yellow drill. Here is another AB. I think I said 2 ABs. Yep, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 fairy dust drills. So I have found all the specials. So for our regular drills, we have another really bright pinky color, some more teal, some yellows and oranges, kind of a magenta pink, some purples, a light yellow, and just a tiny bit of 939. It's so funny. I would have bet money that the background was 939, but I would have lost that bet because it's not. All right, let's take a look here at our special drills. So for our ABs, our first one is 741, which is actually one of my favorite ABs. I've said this for a long time now, but I love how like neon 741 is. And I think the AB coating is so cool. So we have that one, which is the down arrow right here. And let's see if I can find this on the canvas. So it looks like up towards the top left-hand corner here, we have an orange heart, which is all this AB. Also in part of this swirl here by the dog, we have a little bit of the AB. I'm also seeing it in this heart at the end of legged, four-legged. There we go. Sometimes when you're like trying to enunciate a word, you're like, that's not right. It's legged. Four-legged dog? No, four-legged. Love is a four-legged word. Oh my gosh. I have not been feeling well, and I'm going to use that in my defense for whatever just happened there. Okay, so we have the orange heart, and then we have the branch here. We also have some of the orange ABs there. And then right at the bottom, we have this little swoopy with the leaves, and that is also done in the orange AB. Next up, we have AB 963, which is the symbol capital letter H on the canvas. So for this one, I'm seeing this in like the lightest parts of the pink letters. So right at the end of the L, I also see some making up the O here. We have a few highlighting the V, and there's just a couple here at the end of the E. I'm not seeing any in the arrow, but once we get down to word, I'm seeing it at the top of the W and kind of along the sides and in the middle. Also again in the O, right at the end of the R here, and I don't see any in the D. Just making sure I didn't miss any, but I think that that's a pretty good summary of where you can find the light pink ABs. Next up, we will be looking at the fairy dust drills, which are my favorite. And the first color that we have here is one of my favorites. This is 743, and it is a beautiful yellow. I think the yellows look so cool with the fairy dust coating. Kind of hard to pick it up on camera, but hopefully you can see that. I love the yellows in the fairy dust drills. This is the diamond symbol on the canvas. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I take it back. Our first fairy dust drill is Z162, which is letter P on the canvas. So let me show you where that is first, and then I'll get back into geeking out over the yellow. So capital letter P is the whole front part of the dog here. There's also some in his ears. This little turquoise heart over here is also all the fairy dust drill. We have some in this little floral bit right at the middle. And then there are also some in the foliage right along the bottom here. Foliage, that's what I'm calling it, the detail. So there's some here, and then also right at the end over here. So that was our first fairy dust. Now I can get back to my favorite, the yellow. This is the diamond symbol on the canvas. And we have the yellow heart right at the start. There is the fairy dust drill. We also have a bunch of it throughout the four-legged or legged, depending on how you say it. So most of the F is the yellow fairy dust. Also, this little detail here right under the L has the yellow fairy dust. We have some in the U, some in the R. The hyphen is mostly yellow fairy dust. There's just a little strip of a coral color, which I'm sure we'll see in a second. Also some throughout the L. The E is pretty much all fairy dust. The tops of the G's are mostly fairy dust. This E is also fairy dust, and the top of the D as well. And then when we get down to word, it's kind of just highlighting just a couple of parts of these words, of these letters. So right on the W here, we have a few in the R, and then again, we have a few on the D. So that should be a lot of fun. I do really like coral and yellow together, or like a bright pink and yellow. It kind of just gives me spring summer vibes. All right, our next fairy dust drill is $9.59, which is a really pretty teal color, or turquoise. I think this is more turquoise because it leans more green. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is another favorite of mine. I love $9.59 in the regular and in a special drill. This one is the capital letter E symbol. And for this color, I am again seeing it throughout the dog, kind of towards the back. So it kind of goes right around where the lighter color fairy dust drill. So that'll be really pretty. Also seeing some right at the top here, above the O, kind of around this filigree design, if you will. Let's see, where else am I seeing this? Oh yes, all throughout the bottom here. So this is all the fairy dust drill, and also around the white here. Personally, I very much like when fairy dust drills are placed either together or with an AB. I think they just, I don't know. I like when there's multiple colors of a special drill that are right next to each other, because I feel like it just makes that area pop. Like, I love an AB and I love a fairy dust, but when you put them together, it just pumps it up a notch. All right, our second to last fairy dust drill is 3708, which is the spade symbol. We have 2 bags of this one. This one is really pretty. It's more like a medium pink as opposed to like a bright pink or a baby pink. I think it's a really pretty shade, and I think it will pop off of this navy background quite a bit. So I think we're gonna have a lot of this. So let's take a quick look here. Yes, it looks like the pink words, so love and word, are going to be packed with this fairy dust drill. And like I mentioned, I think that's going to be really cool. I think it's going to pop off of the blue quite a bit. I'm also seeing some in this little heart here, and then these 2 hearts over the V. We also have some in the arrow. And then again, once we get down to word, we have a bunch of this fairy dust drill as well. And then these 2 hearts at the end here are also this pink fairy dust drill. And then lastly, we do have 3865 in the fairy dust version. And this is the standard symbol for 3865, and it's the tiny little square. We don't have a ton of this, so I don't think we're going to see a bunch of it on the canvas, but it looks like wherever you see white will be this fairy dust drill. So is A, this is all this color. There's also a few highlighting in the W. I don't see any at the top. And then also in the kind of filigree design that you see at the bottom. And then this little piece over here as well. So for a pretty, I don't want to call this a small painting, but for a relatively smaller size diamond painting, we have 7 special drills, which is crazy. And I'm excited to see how they look together. I feel like just looking at the canvas without anything placed, I do feel like they're placed quite well. I do sometimes have some reservations when we have canvases that have a bunch of special drills, but it seems to me, just by kind of pointing out where they are, that they were intentionally placed, which is what I like to see with special drills. So that is it for today's video. I just want to say, again, thank you so much to Diamond Art Club for sending this one over so that I could share with everybody. And thank you for kind of challenging me a little bit, or giving me something new. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, I do not tend to do dog-themed diamond paintings, but I have a bunch of dog lovers in my life. So this will be a lot of fun to maybe work up for someone and frame it and give it as a gift. I am looking forward to it. And it looks very color blocky, which I think will be quite nice. So I think that's going to do it for today. If you guys have any questions about this particular diamond painting, or if I missed something in my unboxing, please let me know, and I will let you guys know in the comments, or I can amend my post or whatever. Just let me know. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.